Okay, I think I'm live here. Hello, everybody. Teresa Parker with Teresa Parker Art, and tonight we are going to paint an RV, a little pull behind RV, because I'm going camping for Mother's Day. I'm so excited. We haven't been in our RV for so long, and anyway, I was excited. I just wanted to paint it, so we're just gonna get started here real quick. And this is super easy. I'm actually doing it on a pretty big canvas here. Let me start my other camera. And this is a 16 by 20. I just didn't realize how big it was gonna be. It's pretty large. So, let's see here. We're gonna use a little black. And I'm gonna try to see if I can get your comments here. A little purple. We'll see how quick this will. You know, I have such a hard time with the comments, but we'll see what happens. A little bright pink. I'm going to use my metallic sapphire blue. It's one of my favorites from Christmas. Oh, it's funny. Look at the white. The purple has so much water in it. And then I'm going to use the aqua, which is about the same as the mermaid's tail, I think. Okay. I think that's probably enough of everything here. Let me see. I'm just trying to see if I can see. Okay, left for my comments. Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can. Okay, I'm gonna comment. I'm gonna say hi, and that way, let's make sure it's working. Okay, I think it's working. We're good. Okay, so I've got that going. So first, what we're gonna do is, oh, and white. I forget about the white. So let's get some white on here. Okay. And the white, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with white. Oh, you know, I didn't draw the line on it, did I? But that's okay. I'm just going to get some white. You can leave this as canvas if you'd like, but I had something else painted on this canvas prior. And so I kind of want another little coat of white on here so it'll look better. Be a little more clear, a little more clean. And since I traced it, I'm just gonna go around all my lines. And white's pretty good. It does cover quite a bit. So if you need your lines, you wanna be careful with the white because it will knock some out for sure. And I'm gonna go ahead and go over here. We kind of know where those trees are. And the window. I guess it's about halfway down. I don't even have the picture in front of me. That's funny. But I think the line goes about right here, if I remember right. That looks about right. If not, we are going to make that line right there. But I'm gonna need that picture. So let me get that picture up real quick. Okay, yeah, that's about right, I think. Alrighty, and a little more white. I just want to make sure it's nice and smooth. Okay, got it. Okay, now I'm going to use the sapphire, the shiny sapphire blue. I didn't take the white off my brush because I think it's going to be really pretty, just kind of blended in. So kind of follow the line here. And, oh, you're gonna hear my goat too. And actually, I shouldn't have probably painted that under the door, but that's okay. It's gonna actually end up being black, but that's all right. It won't look too bad. And the line's gonna be about right there. And about right there, correct? That's about right. And I think I might have to get a little bit different brush. This one's just kind of not really doing a flat edge for me, but we will see. So it is sometimes the tools you use. I think this one's got brushes. The bristles are kind of spread out a little too far for me, but we're gonna see what happens. Let me get this painted blue. I do like this color. I think this would be a pretty RV. One of our neighbors has one of those ones that looks like the antique, you know, the antique teal and red. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It looks antique, but I assure you the inside of it is modern. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and paint, let me paint the wheel well here. It's going to go across the tire. And what we will do is I'm just going to outline it with black. So I'm just going to blend it in for now and get rid of the paint strokes. Okay. Put a little more of this blue on here. Because this brush is, I think it's the brush is kind of making it, it's kind of putting a lot of brush strokes in there. So let me use a softer bristle brush. Maybe this one. Let's try this one, see if this works a little better. And it could just be my canvas because I did paint it today. Again, it had another, Christmas picture I didn't like, so I went ahead and painted over it. And, okay, we'll do that right there. And that's gonna be about right there. I think that's about a straight line. We'll paint this black. And I think we're good for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and rinse this out, and I'm gonna use, I have a little, here we go. Let me use this brush right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and paint, let's paint a little bit of the black. And let me get this separated out here. As you know, I can't paint a line and talk at the same time. So we're gonna make this black. The little, I don't know, the base of the door, I don't know what you call it, frame of the door. And then we're gonna make this, we're gonna put a little line on the wheel well, make it black. I'm just using the tip of the brush. And let's go and put the line here. Okay. Go ahead and go up this way. Then you have my dogs to keep you company while I can't talk when I'm painting lines. Okay. Over here, the lights were shining on. I couldn't really see where it went, where the line was supposed to go. And let's put one more line across the middle. Just a little thicker. Okay. So that's kind of the RV part. Now let's go ahead and do the little bumper pull part here. And that way, because we're going to put a little bit of white on it later and we want it to be dry. And get that just down here towards the bottom. Yeah, these guys, these little campers are so fun to paint. They are just so fun. Go up here. That's kind of like that, I guess. It's a little chunky, but we'll have a chunky little bumper pull. That's okay. Let's see. Let's go ahead and let me use a detailed brush. Let's use a small detail brush like this. Get this on here. And I'm going to go ahead and let's paint. I want to paint the little triangles, but I think we're going to go ahead and have to paint the outline of it black. So let's do our the little pennants, little things hanging down. And I think these are so cute, but I also think it might be cute putting like little light bulbs on the bottom of them. I mean, when we camp, we always have all of our lights everywhere. It's so much fun. Go ahead. Sorry, you're gonna hear my goat. He's trying to break in the fence again. He is a horrible animal. He's so funny. And let's go down like this. Uh-oh, I think he might have gotten the gate open. Go here. So I did go ahead and I used the carbon paper today and put this on here, so it'd be a little bit easier than freehanding it, because I think freehanding all this detail would have taken me quite a while. With all these straight lines especially. Can you hear my goat? Okay. So there's that. And then let's go ahead and we're gonna put in, I didn't put in these lines here. So we're just gonna put them in instead like that, and down and up, and down and up. Okay, like that. And I think we can go ahead and, for now, let's go ahead and paint in the tire. I'm trying to decide what I want to do, because we've got some highlighting in different colors to put in, and I want to make sure it has time to dry, so I don't have to get out the dreaded hair dryer. Makes so much noise. Go up like this. Alrighty. And the inside of the tire. Like that. I guess that looks about right. Alrighty. And let's see. Let's go ahead and paint in the aqua, or the mermaid's tail, whichever one you just happen to have. I do like the mermaid's tail. It is so close to this though. Try not to drag too much dark into this. I'm kind of hoping that black is mostly dry. That goat, I tell you, he is trying to get through there. So we have a wood gate that blocks him out from like the trash can area. And on the other side of the trash can area is a chain link fence that goes into the backyard. And he has forever been able to get through that brown wood fence. He knows how to open it. And it's one of those ones that we just can't lock. And then he sits there and he fusses with that chain link fence until it opens. And I have just never seen anything like this goat. He is so persistent. And he doesn't want food necessarily. I think he just wants to be in the backyard with the dogs. He thinks he's a dog, doesn't want to be near the horses and the donkeys. I don't know if he just sees the dogs get more treats. Who knows? Because that little goat, oh, he loves treats. He doesn't eat weeds, and his favorite thing in the whole world is fresh bananas. Go figure. And of course, peppermints. He's crazy. And his name is Rick. And he is a fun, big, huge, I don't know, 100 pounds or so. He's a big old white and brown boar goat. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. I do like this aqua. And it's not picking up too much of the black, which is good. So I'm glad that black got dry. I just hate using the hair dryer. It's just so noisy. Okay, get that filled in there. Mom is calling. Okay. that in here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Alrighty. So now let's see. Let's let that all kind of dry a little bit, I think. Nope, you know, one more thing. Let's do the yellow first. Oh, I didn't get my yellow. Let's do the yellow in the window, and then we'll let everything dry, and we'll do the outside. So let's just go ahead and put the yellow in here. And I can still see some of I messed up right there and put some lines in I shouldn't have, so I'm going to cover that with white. And I'm going to go ahead and put yellow everywhere else, and then we will put a little bit more yellow in there later when we come up here and outline the window and put the pinks in. Go around the heart. And up here. I don't know, I'm thinking about adding another window too. I think it'd be cute. Like a little bitty window. Up in the front. Like with a plant in it, or I don't know, cactus or something. Since we are in South Texas and we do grow a lot of cactuses here. Okay. Kind of let that dry a little bit. Get that yellow. That is so pretty. Okay. So now let's go ahead and let's use some black and white, and let's do the outside gray. Kind of like it's at night, right? So we're just gonna mix a little black with that white. And I kind of want it to be a light gray. I don't want it to be really dark, but I'm just gonna use that white that was already on the plate. Put a little tiny touch of black in there. Wow, that black goes a long way. So we're gonna, let's see. Oh yeah, that looks good. Put that on the outside edge. Doesn't have to be perfect because we are going to come out here later and do some other things with it. Put some decorations on there. Oops, ran right over my little toe there. Oops. Yeah, I'm going to thin that out just a little right there because it was kind of looking a little chunky. Okay. And if I mess this up, it's nice because I can always go back with that black and we will just outline it. And of course I do the outside of the canvas as well. And what I do that for is because I don't always frame my paintings, and if you're not going to frame your paintings and if you paint the outside edges, it kind of gives it a look of a frame. You know, the whole painting goes wrapped around it and it looks kind of nice instead of just like plain old white or some markings from the picture. Okay, a little bit more. Might have to make a little bit more gray here. Yep, let's see. I'll touch that black up there. And let's see, a little bit more here. Yep, I'm gonna have to get a little more white out here, make it a little more gray. It's funny, I thought I'd made enough, but nope, almost, not quite. Okay, let's get a little more white. And hi Sylvia, how are you doing tonight? I'm just gonna use a tiny bit of black because that black just goes a long way. Oh, well, it goes a long way than that. We'll get a little more black. Put that in there, yeah. definitely does not take much. I use that Dollar Tree black, that inky black, and it is, boy, I like that stuff, but it definitely goes a long way. So I'm gonna paint the outside edges. Come back across down here and kind of blend this. It's a little bit lighter, which is fine, because we're gonna add some things to the outside that's gonna make it look totally different. A little wild. A little decorative. I like the decorative paintings. I've been looking at doing some, you know, with the chunky birds and the chunky flowers and a lot of lines. I like that. I like that look. Kind of like the one stroke, but maybe not as realistic even as that. Go down here and cover this little guy up a little better here. We have to let that dry a lot right there. Okay, but I just wanted it to not be so chunky. And you can see where I'm gonna have to go around here and do some touch up of the black outline. And that's fine too. That's one of those things, doesn't matter which color you put down first, you're gonna be fighting it for the other way, right? Okay, so now we got the gray. And I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna go back to my little detail brush and let's use the hot pink. I love this hot pink. Oh, too much water. I think that hot pink is so pretty. Okay, let's use that up here. Ooh, stuck my hand in the gray. This is where I start to paint myself more than the canvas. And I'm just gonna do little curtains. Gosh, I just love this pink. It's funny because it's called bright pink and bubblegum's like a baby pink, but this looks more like bubblegum to me. I always thought bubblegum was a dark pink. Maybe I'm wrong. But I always thought this looks like bubblegum. And the light pink kind of looks like the bubblegum that they call bubblegum to me, kind of looks more like cotton candy. Okay, get the pink on there. Yeah, I like that pink. And we are going to paint the little, look at that purple. Isn't that the weirdest thing, how that water got in there? It came out with water. I guess I must not have shaken it up enough. I guess it's better than being totally dry. Sometimes I open them and they're dry, even brand new. You know, it's a craft paint, so sometimes you don't get the best quality, like on the heavy body paints that you get, like the golden paints, but gosh, they're so expensive. I do some fine painting, and that's definitely when I get those out. But for this is like a paint party paint and a paint party painting, and this is just for fun. Oops, made that heart. See, I drew that straight line and I was talking, and I cannot draw a straight line and talk. Fill that in. Okay, there's my little purple hearts. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take my this little brush I was using earlier. I really like this brush because I can get it really flat, and the tip is really nice. So I'm gonna use this for the trees. That black, see, look how far that goes. I haven't used hardly any of it. And let's put the tree here. And we'll put a tree. I'm going in it from the side. If you go in it from the top, you get way too much paint on there. Okay. And then, let's see, we'll go ahead and do, I really can't see the tree all that well. I think, you know, I've been messing with these contacts, and I don't know if I can quite see out of them like I can my glasses. But let's make this a little thicker down here. And make these a little longer. Yeah. And little whimsical trees. What was it? Somebody told me they're whimsical if they're not perfect. So everything I paint is whimsical. And I like it that way. Oops, a little thicker, but we're gonna cover a little bit of that with pink, so. And that's okay, we'll just do thick limbs at the bottom. What do you think? Kind of make it match. Okay, got that part done. Now let's go ahead and I'm gonna take the purple and my little liner brush again, my little detail brush. And I'm gonna make my little, oh, you know, let's use the back of the brush, a little bitty brush. I'm gonna make dots, because you know dots are my favorite thing. I don't have a real tiny brush. I guess that's gonna have to do it. So let's do it this way. And we're just gonna put some dots up here. Nothing perfect. Just my little dots. Dots are just, I just like dots. I guess if I ever do a painting without them, somebody knows something's wrong. Kind of like how Carol Burnett used to always pull her ear. Oh, I guess I'm dating myself. She used to always pull her ear to tell her mom everything was okay. I thought that was pretty neat. At least that's the story I recall. Go up here. So mine will be dots. That's a little uneven, and that's okay. I'm gonna just pretend like it's blowing in the wind. I still might have to add light bulbs. I don't know, what do you think? Should I add light bulbs? Sylvia, what do you think? Okay, let me rinse that one out. And you know, there's still a bunch more. Let me put the dots around the window also. And these are a little thicker. These were actually on the tracer. And then I think there's some around the door. And let's see. Around the wheel well. Oh, you know, let's go ahead and take this little, let's go back in our pink. And I forgot about the wheel well kind of has a, like an inside line here of pink. Let's see if we can't get it bright enough. I'll just go over it in white and see if we can get it brighter. Okay, and that's okay there. You know, I think it should be aligned with the tire. So I'm gonna fix that real quick. We're just gonna cover that in a little blue. Get rid of that. And we're gonna cover this a little blue. And let that dry. And I'm just kind of spreading that a little bit because it had a little pink in it. That's all right. And now let's go ahead, and I emptied out my brush here and cleaned it out. Let's go ahead and do the pink dots around the door. I cannot wait. This weekend we are going to, go camping. Not too far away. We're just going up to a little town just north of us, about an hour. And I do not know if I'm going to be painting on next Tuesday Night Live. I'm actually thinking about, that's too close. Going down to only Thursday Night Lives over the summer, since we travel a lot. But I do like to paint while I'm traveling, so I don't want to commit to not doing that right now because I really enjoy painting when we travel. It's a lot of fun when we sit outside. As long as it's not too hot, I can sit outside and paint, but I like the heat, but the paints do not. I gotta tell you, I painted last summer and I painted a little beach scene, and oh, the paints dried so fast. I don't know how I got it done. Okay, so that looks good there. Okay, now let me get rid of that. Now let me go back to the black and let's go ahead and do the little squiggly lines for the hearts. And I'm going to outline this. Oh, it's kind of weird. My brush is kind of has like a little something growing on it there. Okay. And go this way. Ooh, okay. So now I'm going to outline the window so I can't say much. And this way. See, it looks like the tip isn't so smooth anymore. Let's go this way. And this way. Alrighty. So got that taken care of. And I think the pink is dry, so I'm going to go ahead and use the white. Oh, got to get more white because I turned my white into gray. Hi, Felton. Get a little of the white out here, and I'm going to use the white to highlight the pink up here. And the little curtains. Alrighty, get rid of that. Let's go ahead, I'm going to use that white again. Let's go ahead and just add some little marks to the trailer. Highlight the trailer a little bit. And, okay, down here, can you see that down there? I don't know if you can see that or not. Oh yeah, I think you can. Okay, I'll go up there. Alrighty. Let's see. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is, I think I need a little bit more limbs on my trees because I don't like them, they look a little bare. So I'm gonna go back to my nice little brush, get me some black on the little flat edges, and let's add a few branches. It's easy to add, it's hard to take away. And if you get too many, it's just a happy little accident. Just ask Bob Ross. And Bob Ross doesn't lie. Okay, so we got the black on there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the black, and we're going to go ahead and use the pink. And we're going to add the pink to the tree. And this is where we start getting a little whimsical, just a little fun. Ooh, now you can hear so the donkeys quit braying and the goat quit squealing. And now you should be able to hear the peacocks. I just heard them starting to go off. And they are loud. When they start screaming help, they are loud. They come and get on my rooftop and start yelling. And I haven't quite figured out what for, because we don't feed them. They're our neighbors and they feed them. I don't know why they scream at off our rooftop unless they're just yelling at my dogs. They got a little fat, but that's okay. Just the little whimsical little trees. Put a little pink over here. Trying to keep it pink. So there's a couple of things I'm going to paint here pretty soon. One of them is actually a desert scene, and when I found it, it reminded me of, oh my gosh, I want to paint it so bad because it's like a scene out of Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. It is such a neat little scene, and it's for a paint party like this, you know, to have fun with and nothing serious. So I think I might do that one next because I just love Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. We have Roadrunner here in our backyard, so I think it's just so much fun. So I'm going to do some more dots here. Let's take the black and let's put some dots over the wheel well. Give it a little personality. But yeah, it's like a desert and a road, and oh, it's so cute. Oh, you know, I forgot to add the rest of my pink in when we fix that tire piece. Okay, there we go. Yeah, put a little dot there. Alrighty. So I got that going. I don't want to do the words until everything's almost dry. But what I do want to do is take a little white and let's go over this blue mark I made. And I gotta fix the black. Let's fix that black. Okay, got it. Okay. If I whisper, I can talk while I'm doing my lines. So on the outside, I know that the original artist used stencils. And at paint parties, you know, you use a lot of stenciling. But I found this, and I'm going to add more white. I found a sponge that I liked. And I'm going to add a little more white because I don't want it to blend in. And I'm just going to use a little bit of sponge here. And I'm just going to add, well, maybe not. Just want to add a little kind of a texture going around the outside, just randomly. Yeah, if I get a lot of that off, it actually looks okay. And get a little texture up here. Just kind of random different shapes just to give it a little personality. And this is fun. If you have stencils, stenciling's fun, like the mandala circles or something. Gosh, it looks so neat on this. And if you don't, you can use a fork and you can put fork lines in it, drag a fork through it, which is pretty cool. I have done that before. That's a fun little thing. Bubble wrap makes really cool texture. And again, this is just sponge and I'm just dipping it in white. And just a little bit of randomness. And then what I want to do is I'm going to add a little pink, just kind of here and there, just because I want to. Get a little pink here, and we will add the moon, and the moon will be yellow. Let's see, what if we use a little bit of the little aqua, kind of a party. Okay, so now I do want to make a moon, so I'm going to use my little detail brush in a bright yellow. And we're just going to do a little moon here. And again, we're going to see if we can get it to cover. If not, we will do it in white. So the moon, whenever you're doing this fun stuff like this, it's just a C. And then you just fill in the fat part. Makes it very easy. Maybe bring it up to a point. And I'm going to let that dry just a little bit. And what we will do is add a couple of stars up here. I'm just going to do some blob stars. And again, if you have a stencil, you can stencil a moon and stars. It'll look pretty cool. And maybe a star here, and maybe one here. Some little ones. You know how I like my dots. And I think that'll work. We'll make that moon a little bit darker here in a minute. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and let's do the words. So this is going to be challenging. Ready? I'm just going to use this little detail brush. I might have to get my liner brush out. Let's see what happens. I'm kind of seeing double here. Okay. Didn't want too much on there. Oh, and now you're hearing Max barking. And for the little letters, okay, I have to do it. I have to get out my liner brush. It's extreme. Let's make them thin. It'll take a little longer, but it'll just be a little easier. Unless I talk, and then that's bad. And this is kind of an interesting font. It's like a handwriting font. And I do not have good handwriting, so it's very difficult. Next time, I might just have to stencil it. Make it look a little better. Fill that in there. Okay. Oops. It kind of stuck there a little bit. Okay. Gosh, that's easier said than done, isn't it? This little font is a booger. I'm definitely going to, we are stenciling this next time. We are going to cheat. Actually, stenciling is not cheating. It's very fun. I like stenciling. And it just makes everything crisp and clean. Unlike this. And I think if I did it really inky and real thin, it would be fine. And it's also something about the font that my hands just don't move that way. So next time we know better. Next time we stencil it. And what's really good is it would be really easy to paint over this white and just go ahead and stencil it. But that's fun. That's challenging. Now you saw me do really challenging. And let's see. I'm going to use, oh, you know, I'm going to use this little detail brush. Oh, let me get the black off of that. And I'm going to fill in the white on the tire. I didn't do that. Did not to get that. A little white wall there. Okay. And then I think I need to go touch up on my moon, because that yellow is definitely pretty clear yellow. Yeah, touch him up a little bit. Yeah. So I don't think I forgot anything. Doesn't look like it anyway. I think that's pretty good. Checking all my colors. I think the purple needs to be a little darker here. You can kind of see the brush lines. I don't like that. I want it to be cute, solid little hearts. So we touch those up real quick. And I think I got it. What do you think? Thank you. Hi, Dan. Well, I'm sure it's Pam. Hi, Pam. So what do you think? My little camper. The moon and the star. I know the hitch is a little chunky. And let's see. Let me move this a little bit. Okay. There's the little trees. Yeah, that was fun. I really had fun with that background. That was a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you for joining me. Sorry about the interruption with the telephone call, but hopefully it didn't mess up too bad. And I hope y'all have a great evening, and I'm sure I will see you here Tuesday while we're camping over Mother's Day weekend. So y'all have a good night. Happy Mother's Day, and we'll see you Tuesday. Thanks. Bye.